Gareth David Lloyd was born in Newport, and as a young actor he starred in many theatre productions. And when the Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock saw him performing at Monmouth Castle, he sent him £250 towards his acting career. He studied in Coleg Gwent, performing in theatres in Newport and Cardiff, and after finishing his training at the National Youth Theatre, he went on to appear in Casualty, Rosemary in Time and The Bill. He returned to Wales in 2004 for a comedy drama called Mine Oh Mine, which was also written by Torchwood creator Russell T Davies. But it was on October 2006 that the nation fell in love with a sexy suited action hero who would become the love-struck plaything of Captain Jack. I am delighted to welcome, to Carry On Friday, the marvellously sexy Gareth David Lloyd!
What an intro.
Can you live up to that now?
I'll try.
I'm sure you can. Have you been watching the show?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, every night.
And where do you normally watch it?
Just in the house with my fiancée and my 2 dogs.
And just the two of you. Do you get very critical about your performance, or are you just excited, or how do you feel when you watch yourself?
I try to ignore myself because not get too close to it and sort of stand back from it, and so I try not to be too critical of myself. I've done it a lot in the past. Well,
don't worry about watching yourself, because I know that you've got a huge fan base out there and everybody loves you. Now, in this series, you've done a lot more action straight away. Did you enjoy doing those action scenes? Did you do your own stunts?
Yeah, it's the first time I've had the chance to do it on television, those type of big action scenes, and it's been really good. It makes the days go a lot quicker when you've got lots of running around and special effects to be involved in.
And did you do all your own stunts? Were you the one jumping, diving, driving JVCs and all that kind of stuff?
I think I did all the running, jumping and diving, but I didn't drive the JCB.
Oh, JC. I don't even know what they're called. Big yellow tractor thing.
But I did get to sit in it and do sort of lots of jerky action movements while the crew were rocking it to make it look like it was moving.
Giving away trade secrets here. Now, Yanto went from being the coffee maker in a suit to someone who delivered some of the best one-liners in Series 2 to becoming the loved-up action hero in The Children of Earth. Have you enjoyed the character development throughout the 3 series?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been a really good process because I've been sort of discovering the character as it goes along. Yanto was always a mysterious figure, and it was always ambiguous about which direction he was going to go in. So it's been a learning process for me, and it's been one hell of a ride. It's been great fun.
Now, obviously, our listeners will have seen the sad truth of what happened on Friday.
Yeah, I die. Yanto dies as a result of the 456 releasing a poisonous gas into the air in Thames House. In fact, lots of people died. It's a huge massacre by the alien, and Yanto dies in Jack's arms, and Jack dies as well. But obviously, Jack dies knowing he's coming back, and Yanto can't.
And was that quite an emotional scene to film?
Yeah, of course it was. It was really, really difficult, especially since I've been involved for 3 years and formed a good relationship with John and the crew. So yeah, of course it was emotional. The whole story of Jack and Yanto is sort of a tragic one, really. And I don't know. I don't think there was anywhere else Yanto could have gone at that point. It's the nature of Torchwood that its members have short lifespans, and it would have been a bit of a cheat to keep Yanto going on forever. Would have taken away from what the danger is to be part of Torchwood, I suppose. Well,
it is Torchwood, and anything can happen. So maybe a clone of you could come back in a couple of series. Would you do that if that chance arose?
Well, it's sci-fi, and anything can happen. There's flashbacks, and there's resurrection gloves, but I think they're all gone. Yeah, sci-fi, anything can happen. I'd love to do more Torchwood if chance arose.
And when you heard the news, how did they tell you?
It was just a meeting before we started filming, and I had an inkling anyway, because when my agent called me and said, "Oh yeah, they want you for 3 or 4 of the 5 episodes," I thought, "All right, that's that then." So I was quite prepared for it, but it was just, and Julie sat down and she said, it's a beautiful, tragic ending for Yanto, and a great scene that's going to be really touching. And I read it, and I agreed. I thought it was a lovely way to finish him off.
Because there's been quite a lot of support from the gay scene because of the character and his general openness with Captain Jack.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's been brilliant. And I've said before in other interviews that the same-sex relationships, the way they're dealt with in Torchwood, are great because it's not an issue. It's just something that's there that exists.
And I think that's what Torchwood has done, and I think you played it brilliantly.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Now, a question on all the boys' lips, and I dare say all the girls too, was John a good kisser?
Yeah, I think that'll be the question that was asked of me most throughout my whole stint on Torchwood. I'm sure will be asked probably for the rest of my life. And of course, he's a good kisser. He's had lots of practice.
I want to know though, is anybody asking John if you're a good kisser?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
I hope they are. I hope they're getting good views, so he can say.
Unless they can just tell by looking at me, I'm a good kisser.
Obviously, this passion that comes through the screen is quite untrue. Now I've got some quick fire questions for you. Sweet food or savoury food?
Savoury food.
Torchwood or Doctor Who?
Torchwood. Sorry. I had to, sorry.
Christmas or Easter?
Christmas.
What makes you laugh?
South Park.
What makes you cry?
Portishead.
Oh, I love Portishead. I love the album Dummy. I digress. Yeah. England or Wales?
Wales.
Get in! What question do you hate being asked by random interviewers?
What's it like to kiss John Barrowman?
Sorry! Oh, interview faux pas, I do apologise. Now, out of Eve, John or Kai, which one would you snog, marry and avoid?
That's a difficult one. I'd marry Kai.
Okay.
I'd snog John. And I don't know. Actually, I'm going to swap John and I'd avoid John because John's always getting kisses. So, yeah, I'd avoid John, marry Kai, and probably Snoggy. Yeah.
Yay! Now, for everybody who is a huge fan of you here in South Wales, who would like to see you, you've got a signing session coming up and a chance for fans to meet you. And the big one is at HMV in Cardiff on the 17th of July. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Between 5 and 6.
That's right. Yeah.
And it also says on your website that a spectacular arrival into Cardiff is planned. Can we have a hint? What's going on?
It's John, Eve and I have got a signing the same day in London in the morning. Right. So the best way the BBC could guarantee our appearance at HMV was to stick us on a helicopter.
So will you be landing in Cardiff on a helicopter?
I don't know whether I'll be landing on the HMV as such, but it's probably Cardiff Airport, so I don't think it's going to be that spectacular arrival. I'll probably just be turning up in a car, but it would be after having been on a helicopter, which I'm looking forward to. So
you'll be on a high. Now, normally I'm here with my comedy partner Alan. But he doesn't know that I'm doing these interviews because it's his birthday surprise show. So I think you need to wish Alan happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Alan. Sorry you couldn't make it to your surprise interview.
I know, that's a bit pants, isn't it? I should have really surprised him and gone, look, come in. But no, I stole all the glory and then just got you to say happy birthday. That's great.
Very, very interesting. Very well done, Mr. Stewart. But that's only part one, isn't it?
It is indeed. There's so much information and so much of the interview. We're going to spread it over 2 weeks.
Oh, great. So we've got Gareth David Lloyd part one just done, and we've got him part two next week.
Yep.
We've still got Kai Owen to come part one, and Kai Owen again next week.
Yep.
And we've got so much else to do because it's my birthday show.
It is indeed, so you better pick a song.
Do you know what? I'm going to have a bit of Jackson 5. With all the Michael Jackson stuff recently, I've been reminded of all the good songs, the old songs. Bit of Jackson 5. I Want You Back.